I'm your chairperson for HamCo this calendar year. Thanks for attending. We will start with a couple of announcements. A couple of things. We have been moved from the Monon Center to the Ritz Charles over June and July because of some special events, I guess, that will be happening here. We will send reminders to that effect. Our timing will be the same. So doors open at 8:30, meeting starting at 9, and we'll finish at 10. So that is June and July at the Ritz Charles. Look for further information to come through email about that. Again, I'm going to continue to remind everybody to put on their calendar September 12th, which is our joint event with Northside Division of MIBOR, Sell Our Cities. This is going to be another outstanding event. We had it here last year. We moved to the Ritz Charles for that event because of we were at capacity last year. We already have confirmations from our the representatives of our 4 cities locally, so Carmel, Westfield, Fisherton, Noblesville, and we have made the formal request. We're in the process of making the formal request to Mayor Ballard's office as well. We will have some other special interest, not special interest, but different takes, different representatives, things like Baggy, mass transit, a couple other topics that impact what we do. So again, mark your calendar for that. That's September 12th. That also is at the Ritz Charles. That's from 9 to noon. It's an open house feel with the presentations occurring from 10 to 11 that day. We have a special speaker here with us today, Dave Goff. You all know him. He's generally at our meetings. He's going to talk for a minute about RPAC. You may or may not know, I am the current and new chairperson for the RPAC fundraising committee. Our dues billing is about to be mailed out, and you will see my smiling face in your dues. So I don't know how I feel about that. But Dave wants to introduce a little bit. Some of us don't know what RPAC is. RPAC stands for the Realtor Political Action Committee, and Dave has a few talking points he wants to share with you today about the importance of RPAC and what it is.
Political action committees give money to candidates. The National Association of Realtors, the Indiana Association of Realtors, and MIBOR, all three donate money to candidates that we like, and we give money to candidates who are running against candidates that we don't like. At the national level, NAR is a very powerful force on Capitol Hill. Our lobbying efforts in Washington are substantial, and we are listened to. NAR is the largest trade association in the country, and when we go to Capitol Hill, they listen to us. At the state level, our local lobbyists do a phenomenal job. I want to give you an example of 2 bills that went through the current legislature. The session that just ended, one bill is very, very good. One bill is not so good. The bill that we liked passed. The bill that we didn't like failed. So we were successful, our lobbyists were successful in that. The bill that passed that we liked, under current law, if a buyer fails to sign the seller disclosure form, that can be grounds for canceling the contract. The buyer can get to the closing table and say, I want out, and because I didn't sign the seller disclosure form, I'm allowed to get out. And that's accurate under current law. That's been changed. It's no longer, effective July 1st, buyers will no longer be able to cancel a contract because they failed to sign a seller disclosure form. They'll still be asked to sign, but they'll be asked to sign just to prove that they received a copy of it. The bill that we like, or the bill that we didn't like, and it didn't pass, was a bill that would have made the seller disclosure form a warranty, and it would have made us responsible for it. Imagine that. The consequences of that are pretty scary, and I suspect every seller who was aware of that probably would have filled out every seller disclosure form by saying, do not know to every item, just to remove the liability. That bill did not pass. It's likely to come back next year. It's likely to come back every year. So we're watching that, and we'll continue to watch it. I have samples or examples of about probably 20 bills that passed and didn't pass. We had a very good record this year. I'll be happy to talk about any of them with any of you at any time. I'm a big believer in RPAC. I believe it's necessary for the survival of our industry. And I would urge all of you, when you get your dues bill, it asks for a contribution of $25. I I would ask each of you to please make at least that much. There's a $99 club. We ask, the reason it's $99 is political laws, political reporting laws. If you donate $99 or less, your name does not show up on lists. If you donate $100 or more, then when donor lists are published, your name will be on the list. My name's on the list. I give in excess of $100. But please support RPAC. It's important to our industry. Thanks.
Thank you, Dave. The one thing about RPAC as well is you have it whether or not you know it or whether or not you are political, quote unquote. It is a part of our industry and it's part of what we do. So again, consider that on your dues billing. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to, you are more than welcome to call me, you can call Dave, you can call down to MIBOR and ask to speak with someone from there. And don't hesitate to do that. This is very important to our industry, and as that seller disclosure points out, these are the things that your representatives are already working to make sure that our government officials understand the impact. Sometimes intended, sometimes unintended impact. So thank you for that. All right, we're going to get right into our topic today. We played around with this topic. Is it Stump the Experts? Not really. We're not trying to put these guys on the spot. It's really about how to professionally navigate the nightmares that can occur during the inspection process. And I want to start with a few questions. How many in this room have lost a deal during inspection in the last calendar year? You're up. Really? You're doing a great job. Okay, my next question. How many, as a part of your buyer presentation, actually pull out the contract and read to them what a defect is in the section about inspection? Good job. How many do that with your sellers? Okay, we're going to be educating an educated crowd today. And I have another question for you. How many of you view the inspector as a part of your team, both on the buyer side and the seller side? All right, very good.
Depends on the inspector.
Right, on the seller side, we have no control over that, right? But we can leverage that. We can leverage on the seller side the buyer's inspector and how we can handle that and get our deal to close. The goal here is really to discuss how to navigate this process so that everybody remains professional, everybody remains sane, and you get to the closing table. There really isn't an issue out there on a home that cannot be dealt with and get to the closing table. Obviously, sometimes there are financial issues that come into play and such, but our goal here today is to talk about that. We're going to start with some introductions from our special guests today. And you guys have your mic. So if you take a minute and introduce yourself, what company you work from, and how long you've been in your industry.
My name is Carmen Bailey. Is that better? Good morning, my name is Carmen Bailey. I'm with Residential Warranty Services. I'm an account manager there, covering most of central Indiana. I've been in the real estate industry in numerous capacities since the early 90s. And I've been working with Residential Warranty Services, calling on a number of your offices for about a year now.
Good morning. My name is Matt Lottis. For those of you that don't know me, I own the local franchises for Pillar to Post. We have been in the inspection business here in Indianapolis. We're actually now past our 8th year and going into our 9th. For those of you that don't know Pillar to Post, we are the largest home inspection company in North America. We're now about 500 franchisees from coast to coast and another 100 or so in Canada. We've had a great 3 years, especially, so thank you guys. We could not do it without you.